Welcome to our first episode. This is the Cam Bros podcast. My name is Alex,
My name is Ramsey.
and this is our first one. And we're doing it real this time. No more on our iPhone, nothing on our camera, nothing. We came to professionals and told my brother we're gonna do it. It took us almost 4-5 times that we did it, and we finally did it here. And each one of them, it kept making me want to quit. It kept making me want to just throw away the camera, throw away the mics, and just give up on this little, not dream, but something I really want to put my faith into it, my work into it. And I wouldn't do this with no one else if it wasn't for Ramsey, my brother. So for my first episode, our first episode, I want to introduce us. This time we're going to do it right. We missed a lot in the first one that we did, and
Yeah.
now it's like I feel comfortable. I feel good about it. I'm ready.
We're from Southern Cali. Not what you expect, not San Diego, but like an hour away from that where it's really hot in a small town, the Imperial Valley. We're just two brothers from a small town. And, we decided to get out of it, do our own thing, and dream bigger.
Yeah, every time I tell people here when I first moved here, I was like, where are you from? I was like, oh, from Imperial County. I said, where's that at? And I was like, you know where San Diego's at? Yeah, okay, yeah, San Diego. I'm not going to explain on the whole map. So I just say San Diego, but Imperial County.
Everyone knows San Diego and everything. And they're like, or past Yuma, since we're in Arizona.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what is the reason why we're doing our podcast? What are we going to be talking about? You want to go first on me?
I can do it. We didn't grow up with a lot of money. We grew up struggling. We grew up bunch of family problems and everything, separation, trauma, and like I said from the beginning, we didn't have a lot of families. A lot of money. We didn't have a lot of money, and so with our dad, it was mainly our dad that kind of shaped us the way we are, and it was hard because we didn't have a lot to do with them. It was a small town. We'd be at the house, and every time we're with them, what do? We just watch movies. We talk about it. We just have a good time together and watch movies. And it's not like we were able to buy every movie that was coming out or see every movie that was coming out. We'd buy them burned, pirated, and we'd have a whole collection stack of some legit movies and some burn movies.
Some that were recorded with the phone or camera, all blurry.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember those.
Especially if the new movie just came out, we'd hit up our hookup that would give the pirated DVD, and it would be all blurry and shit. But fuck it, we wanted to watch it. And
yeah, we had that one guy that gave us all the good movies.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I got some new movies, and $5. I was like, all right, here's $5.
Sometimes they look fucking crystal clear, and I'm like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, bet. Or sometimes the audio will be off, or sometimes you'd see people walking by because it was recorded in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
And the main thing was that we loved movies. Like we just grown attached to them, and and all we talk about is movies. All we talk about shows. All we talk about is comic book stuff, action movies, sci-fi, and some other genres here and there. But that's mainly what we're into.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically our dad that kind of shaped us the way we are.
Yeah, Dad put us on some good movies growing up, and
for sure.
I mean, growing up, we always just had watching movies was just fun. We go outside, have fun, and after a night out, after a day of having fun outside with our homies, we go home, we have our dinner, we start watching some movies. What was a movie growing up you remember?
Growing up. I want to say some Jackie Chan movies or something, man. Like it was always action.
Mm-hmm.
It was fighting movies. It was always fighting movies. Like that's what our dad liked to show us. Like he shows some old school Jackie Chan's, like Tuxedo, Rush Hour, Shanghai Noon, Shanghai Night. There's way more movies he's in, and also The Matrix, just stuff, movies like that. What is that? Sci-fi. It's like action. It's like it's just what we're into. Like we love seeing that. Love seeing fighting. That's mainly the movies I remember watching with them.
I remember watching The Matrix with him.
Yeah.
He was always talking about like the characters explained to us. And I remember him when I would hang out with Poppy and I was younger, little.
Yeah.
He would talk about Star Wars. I remember he explained to me how he saw Star Wars from like when Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, like Return of the Jedi, those old ones.
Theaters?
He said he saw it in theaters, but he told me about Darth Vader and how he explained to me how Luke says like, "You're not my father," and like, "I am your father." Darth Vader says that. He explained to me how Darth Sidious killed Darth Vader. No, how Darth Vader killed Darth Sidious. How who Luke is, who Obi-Wan Kenobi is. So he taught me everything about Star Wars, and I became a fan of it.
Yeah.
And ever since then, we've just been growing up watching it. 1, 2, and 3, and the rest of it, the shows. So I did want to talk. We finally get to talk about Acolyte.
Yeah.
What do you think of the last episode?
The last episode was the best one, but that was just because of all the action.
Yeah.
They showed on Instagram. I saw some reels with Daphne King. Did you see it?
I seen it.
She did some choreography. She was working on it for like 3 months. And also the main bad guy, the stranger. You saw him? Did you see the choreography?
3 months.
Said, 4 months it took to do all that. Imagine doing choreography, the same thing, or other choreography for 4 months. Like they got it down. I'm gonna give it to them. Like I'm gonna get into it right now.
Spoiler alert for Antonio.
Yeah, like the show itself, it's been pretty shit, But then this last episode was really good in terms of action because, dude, like I felt like I was watching the prequels, like like that. The sword fighting in the prequels is fucking top notch. They had to slow some scenes down because they were way too fast. That's how
Obi-Wan?
Yeah. But Obi-Wan and Darth Maul, like they said, like I saw the actual video of them doing it, and they were way faster. No, they had to slow it down just for them to capture it and like record it right. And that's what I got the feeling from the last episode because what was it? It was Daphne King's character. It was a stranger.
Oh, man.
I know, and we'll get it. I'll say right now, but like everything was spot on, like action wise. But the story, I was like, and then obviously that they're twins. So from the beginning, Acolyte, it's about these two girls, or you don't even know. At the beginning, it's just the one girl. It's just what's her name?
May.
No, it's Osha. Osha's the
twin.
The twin. Osha. We started off, and she's like on a ship. She's fixing stuff, and then soon to come to find out that she was part of the Jedi, but she didn't pass training. She didn't pass any of that. And
no, that was after the beginning scene was with Trinity. Remember?
Oh yeah, okay. The beginning scene was with May. We didn't know it was May at the time. We thought it was Osha. Okay, yeah, and this is what I didn't like. They killed off that character real quick.
I know. The first episode, they killed her off. Like, wow.
Like, okay, so in the first episode, it was May going into the bar or pub, whatever, and what's it called? So yeah, like May is looking to kill the Jedi, and then he's like, okay, now I can't harm you. You're unarmed, and then he brings out weapons, and then they start fighting, and then she's masked, right? She didn't show her face until after during the fight. And she's like, what the hell? Like, what are you doing here? What are you doing this? And it's like, no, I'm here to kill the Jedi. And it wasn't explained. We were confused, remember? And then she kills the Jedi, and we both looked at each other like, what the fuck? Like already? She's hella promoted in the trailers, hella like a lot. And that's kind of one of the main reasons we wanted to watch it.
That's Trinity.
That's Trinity from Matrix. Yeah. It's like, dude, and her fighting was sick. The fighting that first, everyone talked about it, and everyone was saying that show was sick. Other than that, everything else just went downhill. And then the next scene, it just goes to Osha from her waking up. But at the time, we didn't know it was her. We didn't know who was which. We just thought it was the same person. It was just one, but no, they're twins. Come to find out that they're looking for Osha and saying, okay, the guy from the bar, the one that was a survivor, he said, oh, that's her, and the twins are identical. And he's like, she's confused, and then the Jedi come for her, and they think it's her as well. But then Osha has a memory or
She connects with her sister.
She connects with her sister, saying that okay, no, she's alive, and then she tells Soul, and Soul's like, okay, we'll look into it.
This is what I didn't like about it, because I liked about it. I'm like half and half on it.
Yeah.
You know, the last episode kind of like boosted up, because that was some sick ass fight scenes. That was growing up. We always wanted to watch those fight scenes. From Obi-Wan Kenobi to Darth Maul, the Clone Wars with Count Dooku, the number 3, our favorite one.
Yeah.
And then from the rest on. So seeing this one, every time the episode came out, people were bashing on it, and I understand why people were bashing on it, because there's 2 lesbians that made the twins, and those twins, getting divorced, and people are just already like talking so much shit about it. It's like, okay.
It was because of how they didn't even. It wasn't even like that. It was just they actually created it, not like they actually created it out of the Force.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't even explained it yet. Mm-hmm. Nor did they go into detail with Anakin, but that's how Anakin was conceived. It was kind of like a Jesus Christ reference.
Mm-hmm.
How it was the Virgin Mary, and it was the Holy Spirit. It was God putting Jesus in her womb. It was just, there was no dad. There was no, you know what I'm saying? There was no conception, and they did that with Anakin. And what's Anakin? He's basically he is a chosen one.
The chosen one.
He's a chosen one, and then that just kind of not retconned, but just kind of doesn't give Anakin any value no more. Mm-hmm. Or like, what the hell? All the Star Wars fans kind of, they're like, oh, what the hell?
And that's fine. They have their own opinions. They can say whatever about it, say like all these negative things about it. Honestly, it was a good story. They focused on that small part instead of the story. The story was okay, but I think the lady that
the story's okay. Yeah, it's ideally it's okay. It's cool, but they're not executing it right.
They're not explaining it right. They rushed it.
Yeah, and then the acting, like, okay, some of the actors are a bit off. I'm like,
They should explain more of like how the twins became where they're at right now. I think they did something like that, but
yeah,
they rushed. I feel like it was rushed, and they should have. They brought more characters from the previous ones to this one, and it was a way off. They were 100 years before, or way before the first movie.
Yeah, I forgot his name. Yeah, they brought a character from episode. What was his name?
The one, episode 2 and 3. I forgot his name.
Yeah, and that was, I think this episode, nor this shows during the High Republic. It's like hundreds of years, I think. Mm-hmm. It's way before the Skywalker saga, and they're like, what the hell? And then when Anakin, when was it? Oh, in episode 1, when Qui-Gon is in the meeting with the Jedi Masters, he mentions the Sith, and then that same guy says the Sith haven't been here for like thousands of years or millennia or some shit, something like that. And then now he's experiencing. They already confirmed that the Stranger and Acolyte is a Sith Lord. He's a Sith Lord, and it just doesn't make sense. They're retconning that shit, or something. And it's not like the Jedis don't know what he is right now. Like, no, it's a Sith Lord.
That's pretty much a Sith. Like, we know that's
he
a
is.
Sith.
No, they confirmed that he's a Sith Lord. And honestly, all the story aside and everything, the Stranger is pretty badass. I liked it. I like the helmet. The helmet, his technique, like the way he looks, the like the aura. Like the writers were explaining how they wanted to give this Sith Lord like not like another Darth Vader, which is kind of like Kylo. Kylo Ren was basically just another, not Darth Vader, was another not Darth Vader, quote unquote. This one was his own character. He says he's mean. Like, dude, remember, spoiler, in the last episode, he killed basically everyone. He killed everyone except for Soul and Osha and Maeve. And me and him,
that was crazy.
Every death, we're like, dude, what the fuck?
In one episode.
One episode, yeah.
Everybody was just done.
Like, he meant business, bro. And his fighting was on point. Everything was on point. There was no shitty ass fucking sword, like lightsaber fights. Nah, it was good. And what's it called?
Other than that, I think Acolyte is a good show. It's not the best, not the greatest. The Mandalorian is gonna be number 1 no matter what.
Yeah, I still need to watch season 3.
But this Acolyte show, it was okay. I give it a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 to be nice. They could have done more things to it.
No, I don't even want to rate it yet because it's not even finished yet.
It's not even finished yet. But so far, it's been okay.
It's been okay, yeah. And they need a lot to learn. But yeah, like the Stranger, I think is the best part. Soul and Stranger.
If they can give another spin-off series with the Sith Lord and Soul and the actual cool Jedi that are in the show, that would be great. But I think his name's David Fellini, or I don't know, the one that created the
David
Mandalorian.
Filoni? Yeah, Dave.
He should take over on that. And these
Yeah.
these people that did Acolyte, they tried their best, they failed.
Yeah,
All right,
Dave
cool.
Filoni goes. He puts his soul into that. He does it from the source. He he listens to his audience. He listens to his fans, and everything. And
Like Ahsoka was 10 out
oh,
of 10.
dude, Ahsoka was peak, man.
We cried in that one episode
yeah,
when Anakin
when
came
Anakin
out.
came out,
That was
Anakin-
just our childhood right there.
I wanted to cry. Yeah, I did cry. I did. And then
That
the
was a
next
good one.
episode, it was just him and Ahsoka, and we're like, dude,
That's childhood because like all those
Yeah.
cartoons growing up from the Clone
they
Wars.
basically connected. So that and what they're saying about that. Oh, hold on. Let me get back to the Stranger. The Stranger, they wanted to make it his own character. They wanted not to copy off their Darth Vader or Kylo Ren. They said that they wanted to make him, like I said, his own character. They want to make it mean. They want to make it like, no, he's a Sith Lord, dude. He's not fucking around. And I think they executed that real quick. Snapping necks, stabbing.
Damn, I
characters.
remember that.
When he snapped the neck, I was like,
Oh, you didn't see that before?
oh yeah, we never seen that. Just straight, just nah, they didn't give a fuck. Like, nah, these. I'm sorry, Antonio. What's it
I feel like
called?
Antonio's like, man, I don't even want to watch it no more.
No, you're good. What's it called? But no, yeah. I mean, once it's finished, I'm gonna give it more insight. I'm gonna give it more. I'm gonna do more research and like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna give it my good rating. But next, I do want to talk about The Boys, dude.
The boys? Oh, okay. You know what? And before we get into it, you have put me in such a good show. The Boys, I'll give it to you, has been a badass show since the first season. When A-Train killed Huey's wife or girlfriend,
His girlfriend,
that
yeah.
was like, oh shit. The way the CGI, the way
Yeah.
he just ran into her, like
ran
all
through her,
everything
yeah.
is wow. I was like, okay, you know what? I got into it. Invincible, we'll get into Invincible later.
Invincible, yeah.
But The Boys, damn,
Yeah, no.
that's a badass show, and I'll give it to you. I'll give you an award for you put me on.
What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about first? Because we have a little time. What do you want to talk about first? Like the movies we watched, the last two, Bad Boys and The Quiet Place, or do you want to talk about The Boys and Invincible and or top fives and shit?
No, that can be for later on. I mean,
Yeah.
I just want to say The Boys is a good show. Invincible has been the best. The Boys is still not finished.
I know.
But we were gonna
So
talk about.
far.
Let's talk about just the future now. Like we already explained how we liked it, but let's talk about our theories. I'm gonna say that A-Train's gonna die. I don't know how, but I feel like just somebody's gonna slip up and then kill
yeah.
it for him.
No, yeah.
Spoil it for him.
No, yeah. I feel like he's gonna fuck up. They're gonna catch him. Like, did you see at the end when they brought in the fake
Yeah,
leak?
yeah.
They and then what's her name? The chick, the smart one. I forgot her name. But and like she looked at Homelander, and Homelander looked at her, and they're like, they both looked at A-Train. Like it was just hinting at something. Like they think they know.
They know.
They know
have
it's
to know.
A-Train, but they're just playing the part so he can put his guard down. He's
Yeah.
like, all right. And then, but what I'm afraid is I know they're gonna fight. It's like 90% gonna happen. But I just don't want Homelander just to just straight through him and then he's done. That's it. No fight, no nothing. I'm like, they better execute it right. A-Train better. And he kind of did redeem himself already in a way to Huey, but to the fans, like at the end of the season, like he will. I think he will die, and maybe Mother's Milk too.
Yeah.
I think maybe, but other than that,
I know a lot of people are going to be watching this. They don't even know what we're talking about, but I did want to say that me and my brother, we like to watch, movies, shows, and all that. We get into all the theories of facts of what's going to happen. It's just something fun that we love to do. And it's not just our lives based on it. We're not there watching every day. We have our lives, our personal lives going on. We work, go to the gym. But doing this podcast, I wanted to, talk about theories and those people that love movies, that love shows, that are into it, that are geeks about it. Like I want to let the people know that this is what our podcast is going to be about.
yeah,
And talk about theories, future movies are coming up, what we think about it, and what's going to happen. Just like the people that love Marvel and Star Wars out there,
yeah,
But the podcast also, I want to bring in people that have been through, life struggles. And how did they overcome the problem? How did they solve it? Who did they talk to? What did they do on a day-to-day basis? And for me, like I felt, before I felt like I was alone. I felt like depressed, and I have you and I have Oscar. And what did I do? I just got on my ass and I went straight to the gym. And this whole podcasting thing, it kind of like motivated me more because people brought in other people, guests, and they talked about like, well, how do you see life, or what would you do if someone who's depressed? And people that are depressed in the world, they don't do anything. Sometimes they like to stay home and just waste their time there. For me, I was like, I have to get up. I need some motivation, and Oscar was one of them.
Yeah.
And when you moved in with me, I feel like the day you moved in with me again, it kind of changed. Okay, I need to get back on my feet. I started to heal myself. I started to, I went to church a lot more. I prayed a lot more. And little by little, I was healing. And from there, I sat down. I told myself, what do I want to start? Our clothing brand. I want to start that.
Oh, yeah.
How many times have I made each one and it failed and it failed and it failed? And now
these are kicking.
this one, I'm happy about these. I feel confident about these. And this is our last name, Camarillo. That's what we represent. And Dad always had his team, with his buddies.
And I didn't even think about it like that until they brought you and he brought it up at the same time. Well, like when I was with them, and then you brought it up a week ago.
What are you talking about?
Like how I didn't even realize he did make his own stuff. I didn't I knew that, but I didn't hit him. Like I didn't make the connection. Like he did, and he didn't give up. He just had priorities and he let it go. He could have stayed, but if he stayed, he wouldn't have focused on his kids. He wouldn't have focused on his life. He would have just focused on what he wanted. And
not just that. Dad didn't have time.
Yeah, he didn't
I feel
have
like he
time,
just had
and he didn't want to do it no more. He just
sacrificed it. Like, what? I don't care. They can continue it. But he knows that I did that. And he's like, oh, you know what? I did that. I have all the drawings. I have all the ideas. I started it. So to me, it's like, that's what I want.
Yeah.
And I know Dad always wanted to continue his stores, continue his logos, continue everything. And he had problems.
He's always wanted to make his own business too, yeah.
So now I want to do this for us and for him too, because look, we're going to finish what you started and we're continuing, We got 3 other brothers and little sister. I have my son, and I want them to continue the last name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
I love these shirts, and I'm always going to thank, God for just giving me more ideas in my mind to okay, this didn't work. Let's go to the next one. And how many times did I do it? Like 4 or 5 times, and I still didn't give up. And
yeah, I feel like these are spot on. I feel like
and we're just we start off, from the ground up. And once it goes big, and once this, podcast Si Dios quiere, it goes big, we're gonna make it. And I want to thank Chris Estrada and Mr. Antonio over here for breaking that fear. Like, hey, just you're talking to your brother, and this, I feel more comfortable now, speaking here.
Yeah.
And this is a professional thing that we're doing, like professional area, professional cameras, with the professional here, and it feels good about it. And I wanted to talk to the people who are going to be watching. Why are we doing
Shout
this?
out to Extreme Media Group. Yeah.
This is a badass studio, and I like it.
No, yeah, it's pretty sick.
But this is just episode 1 introduction. Like, what talk about us.
Yeah, I mean, I wanna sneak in at least A Quiet Place.
Yeah,
I want to
okay.
sneak that in.
So,
like, at least give the audience okay, this is a for sure review.
A for sure review of what we think about the movie.
Yeah.
And how do you say it? We're gonna give our thoughts to it, or if you go watch it or not, or just enjoy the movie. You should,
yeah.
But our review, because there's other people that have reviews in it on TikTok and YouTube, and they have their reviews, and sometimes I'll disagree with them. Like, I don't know, I don't think so and so,
Yeah.
But we just watched A Quiet Place. Wow, that was 10 out of 10.
Sick. Like
that movie.
I'm glad we were able to experience it in Encino 1 at Harkins, and like, dude, the fucking speakers, the vibration, the trembling, like, dude, like, it was spot on. That's what made it like, oh shit.
That was scary.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
There's a part, spoiler warning to people who haven't seen it yet, but there's this part when when the cat goes to the door. And,
yeah.
I forgot her name. I'm gonna say
I'm gonna pull it up.
The one that came from Black Panther. Anyways, the guy from Hereditary.
Oh, yeah.
When he was chasing after her, right, and they passed through the front after the cat made a noise.
Yeah.
You know how scary that shit was? Imagine that feeling, how quiet you have to be.
Her name was Sam?
I don't know.
Her name was Sam?
Sam?
Was it?
Was that her name?
I think like on the in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was Justice Quinn, the one that's gonna play Human Torch. His name is Eric, and then the guy from Hereditary, his name is Ruben in the show, but his name in real life is Alex Wolf.
Or him, Sam. Yeah.
Alex Wolf, dude. We'll get us here right now.
He has a nice beard and long hair.
Yeah,
But look handsome.
Yeah,
you know?
he looked pretty handsome, and
At first, I was like,
he
I
looked
recognized.
older.
Yeah, he looked older.
old. I was like, dude. I was like, damn, it's been that long since I saw him.
Joseph Quinn, amazing actor. That movie
Yeah.
kind of gave me like confidence of him coming out to Fantastic Four. Like,
Yeah,
ooh, he's
for
gonna do
sure,
good.
for
I mean,
sure.
even though before Stranger Things, I loved him in that show.
Yeah, I
But-
saw a little bit of Eddie Munson in him. And remember when they were in the jazz club?
Mm-hmm.
How he was doing the magic show and everything. He was doing his like gestures and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like that was Eddie Munson vibes, and I caught that. But like, okay, so the movie was a rating. Nah, I'll get a rating. I'll get the rating. But into detail, like that movie was pretty solid, especially for the third film. Because I feel most films they start stretching out, they start wearing thin, not a lot of story. But now even with this is day one in New York City, so I thought that was a good idea from John Krasinski. That was a brilliant idea that they did it in New York, the loudest city, the city that never sleeps.
Yeah.
And they pointed out in the beginning. They said that New York City averages about 90 decibels, which is equivalent to a girl constantly just screaming
Damn.
to the top of her lungs.
Could you imagine that all
Yeah,
day?
and those aliens are attracted to noise. They're like just a simple like touch will attract them, and that's crazy. You really got to be quiet, and obviously like what the city just never sleeps. There's always constant noise, cars, fucking speakers, Times Square is just constant noise. And then I didn't even think about that up until when we saw the movie. I was like, damn, like that's true. What if in a town, I don't know where the Quiet Place 1 and 2 take place, but it's just like a small town and everything. Imagine how hectic a small town is compared to a loud ass city, you know? And
throughout the movie, it meant like how they had to walk around, how to be quiet
Yeah.
the whole time. Like,
yeah,
yeah, my knees pop every time I try to go down, and I'm not gonna.
my toes pop.
And then how fast they run. See how fast they just wow.
yeah,
Like they're zooming through that door. Remember that scene? And how when the
streets?
helicopters came out and they were
Yeah.
climbing up the walls. That was just trippy.
No, and then remember when all the okay, yeah, I got a lot to say. It's so it was when they're all walking to the ocean to the bay.
Oh, all of them?
Yeah, remember? And
Yeah.
then there was just in the big shot. They showed the big shot of all of them, and then in the corner you just see one crawling.
Oh yeah.
And I told you, hey, look, boom, got the first one. They all started running. Then more came out. I was like, dude, shit, holy, like wow, like that was.
That's just crazy.
And
That's
then
scary
the
too.
helicopters, I'm like, dude, the helicopters, and they just see them chasing the fuck out of helicopters, running through the streets, climbing buildings. Like, nah, it's like you feel, and the speakers in scene one, you feel that shit. Like the trembling, the shaking. It's like, honestly, it gave me goosebumps.
Yeah,
and I
shout
was
out to Harkins, sponsor us.
Bro. And what's it called? The movie, it was good. I love the story. Like there was some deep stuff into it, and
The
I liked
ending.
the ending was good. I
That
liked
was
it.
like a nail biter scene.
Wow, yeah, they gotta see it to experience
You gotta see it to experience it, yeah, because
and
it's just adrenaline that you feel and that anxiety, like, oh, like what are you gonna do in that moment, And just imagine like, that happening here, like what's the first thing we're doing? Just I'm going straight to Cali. But imagine we can't use cars. That's a long, like I said the other day, that's a long ass walk over there.
I know, and it's not even worth it because you know how fast they run. They're chasing helicopters, bro. So then like, the cars, no, it's useless, and obviously like those people in New York didn't know at the time. Like in the Quiet Place 1 and 2, they were using sign language, right? And then in Quiet Place Day 1, they're just writing. They were just whispering really, really low. And then they caught the rain. They caught how the constant water. They they know it's water, so
Easter
they
egg?
can't. Yeah, it was Easter egg to the waterfall scene in the first one, and it was good. It was good, and then it was really deep. It was really deep for me. I saw little kids. I'm like, damn, it
Yeah, that
reminds
little
me
kid.
of the little girl. Yeah,
Yeah.
it reminded me of our little sister. Imagine if in a situation like that right now, and I don't know, I can't bear the thought of it. But it was a good movie. I liked the actors. They nailed it. Alex Wolff, dude. Like when I saw him, I didn't see him in the trailer. When I saw him, I was like, dude, either he dies or they separate because I don't see him in the trailer, and he's been in the scenes way too long. I kind of knew he was gonna die. I just didn't want it to happen.
I felt it. I felt it too when I saw him. That when he was getting the generator.
The generator, yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I feel like
It
something's
was
gonna happen.
way too long. They left it on for way too long.
And
it wasn't
then-
their fault, but
That snatched
Yeah.
the t-shirt that killed it. I was like, no way. And he just turns around, he's right there.
he looks at Sam, and he just kind of like gives up.
Overall,
Yeah.
what's your rating for the movie?
They were missing some. Like I said when we left the theater, they should have extended Eric's story, how he woke up. So they introduced Eric Joseph Quinn in the story of he wakes up out of a subway entrance, and the subway entrance is flooded with water, and he just swims up, gasping for air, and the cat was right there, and that's how he first introduced.
That cat was
The cat's MVP, dude.
MVP. The cat is
MVP.
like the one that had the like no, he didn't
dude.
die.
I know.
That cat was like, I want a cat now.
Yeah, low key made me want a cat.
That
Man.
cat was just he's like the savior of that
Yeah.
everybody.
For sure.
And when he came out of nowhere, when the Joseph Quinn came out of
Yeah.
the subway,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
that's when like, yeah, okay, it's that cat is something.
Yeah. No, yeah, hell yeah. It's an angel, bro. It's an guardian angel, basically.
But
And what's it-
overall, I think that movie should be done right there. Maybe they can, expand it, spin off
yeah,
series.
like it was like I feel like what, it was an hour and a half, an hour 45. They could have made it like 2:10, 2 hours and 10 minutes or 20 minutes. They could have extended how Eric got there, like what happened with him, and they could have just conjoined it. They could have just met up right there. And like he said, he was doing law school, and he's from England. Like imagine being in a different country. That's crazy, dude.
He
Like,
came over
different
here
country
to
from your
become a
family.
lawyer.
Yeah, to become a lawyer in law school, and he just comes out, he just swims up from the thing. It was kind of like, where the hell did he come from? You know.
But I still like the story though. It was a good one.
So
I
therefore,
feel
like, yeah, I'll give it like an 8.9, 8.8. It would have been like a 9.5 or 9 if they did that, if they kind of extended it longer. Like I do want to give it a 9. I'm not gonna lie, but it was like pretty short. And honestly, I don't mind that. I think it's an excellent movie.
okay. So let me tell you this: have you seen them all, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to put them from best to least best. I mean, they're all top 10,
Damn.
but I want you to put 1, 2, and 3. What would it be? Because I put you on this.
Yeah. I think I want to say like day 1 is in the middle. So last is gonna be Quiet Place 1. Last place. The middle is day 1, and then the top one was part 2. Part 2 was sick. They both showed how it happened, how it started. And the first one, I want to put it at 1 or at 3rd. But I'm putting it at 3rd because John Krasinski comes out more, and he's an excellent father in that. And then it's just he's the writer, he's the director. He's badass. But no, they still showed him in part 2 in the beginning, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's sick. And then it was nice. And then the daughter kind of basically saved everyone with the high frequencies and how she found the weakness. It was sick, and that's why that's the perfect the top one.
For me, I want to put them all in order the way it is. Number 1, number 2, number 3 in that order, because the first one caught my attention. Like, damn, this movie's good.
Yeah.
From the beginning.
Yeah.
That one scene that the alien took the little kid.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That part right there, just like
damn,
mouth dropping the
good
whole
hook.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that got to me. So from there on, I was like, okay, this movie caught my attention. And the whole movie, John Krasinski, his sacrifice he made, like that movie, it was just a heartwarming movie. And what will you do at that situation? So that movie became the top 10, like the top number 1. Number 2, Quiet Place 2, it was like their journey of the mom and the kids, of how she was a strong woman for these kids, you know.
Yeah.
And that right there, that was the second best one. So I give it, that's why it's number 2. Number 3 is number 3 because it was a nice story how they started. We knew about it, but the story was nice with Joseph Quinn and the other girl Sam. It was a good movie. I like it.
No, yeah, it was a great movie. I liked it. I loved it, and it was excellent. And it just makes you realize, like, makes you kind of think, oh, well, what happened that actually happened? Obviously, it never happened, but it's just like, well, it's cool. It's cool to think about things like that, and just like, damn, it's sounding kind of surreal.
So another movie that we're gonna be watching next week is Despicable Me 4.
Oh, dude, they're all bangers, man. Like,
You know.
I'm excited to watch that one. I bought the tickets, no hesitation, bro.
And then what was something we recently just saw? Oh yeah, Hugh Jackman and that the new scene they showed.
What, Sabretooth?
Sabretooth and Wolverine.
Man, they should have left it for the movies, man.
I forgot he came out in it because I remember seeing like a leak, pictures leaked.
Oh,
and it
dang.
was Sabretooth and
I didn't know.
And Wolverine.
That's everyone. I think that's why they put him in the trailer, because he leaked out already.
Yeah, he's leaked out, or they just show him.
I'm like,
but it showed that Deadpool in the movie in the clip, he was like, people waited decades for this fight. You know?
And then people didn't like that. There was just some people, not all of them, but it was just saying, like, oh, no, I don't know why he's breaking the fourth wall. I'm like, dude, that's Deadpool. He breaks the fourth fucking wall. That's his thing. You don't know that he breaks the. You know what breaking the fourth wall is? When he talks to the crowd, when he talks to the audience, he's like, when he's living in our world, kind of in a way.
Like, because he knows what the fans want.
Yeah, the fourth wall is like they break out of reality. He breaks out of reality. He talk, like in the comic books, when they do that, they're talking to the reader, or they're talking about some things that that's not physically possible for them to know. Like, okay, how in Deadpool 2, how he talks about like what the studios can't fucking afford other heroes, and then they show the X-Men and it's closing the room. Like, oh shit. That's the fourth wall break.
Remember the part.
Like, the fucking studio couldn't afford any other X-Men members, and then they show that part, and that's all they could afford, basically.
Yeah.
That's what kind of like, that's his ability. He can break the fourth wall. Him and She-Hulk can do that.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, She-Hulk can do that. I'm pretty sure some other people, but that's from what I know.
So,
but trailer was sick.
the trailer was pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked it. Enough of this whole movie talk. I want to get into more stuff. I did write about, what's our plan for this podcast. It's the Cam Bros podcast, episode 1, our introduction.
Yeah.
I wanted to break this fear that we had before. We were nervous, and I was sweating. Now I'm like, okay, I'm cool. I'm chilling.
I'm chilling too. I was nervous, but I was just quiet.
But it's a start, and then I don't want to just keep talking about movies and shit like that. Like, I want to talk about, whatever problems you went through that I don't know, some problems I went through that you didn't know. And I want to keep bringing in other people too that have been through some stuff in their life. And like, I want this podcast to be about everything, not just one. Because I've seen a lot of podcasts. I've done my homework of how they speak and how they do the segments. And obviously this is our first one, so we're going to be learning too. And, shout out to Antonio for, helping us out with this whole camera section. How we're going to be doing this.
Yeah.
And I feel confident now. And to Chris too, like, this is something that I feel comfortable about, and I want to make it big for us. So I want to bring in other people too in the future that, we're going to have fun speaking to each other, hear us out. I have Milton that I want to bring in. I have Hector that I want to bring in. There's other people that I want to bring in too, and I feel ready about it. And then the other room, we bring more guests in. Like, it's just something that I want to start. I don't know what we're going to be talking about yet, but as time goes by, we're going to be talking that behind camera. We're going to have a plan. We're going to have a team that we can work together and do our whole promotion, our YouTube, our TikTok, all that, and I want to put my time and effort in it because I feel like it's going to go big for us. And I want people to, recognize who we are. We come from a small town. We want to make it go big. We're going to be humble about it, and that's what we want. Right now, I'm just saying this, but as time goes by, we'll be explaining more.
Yeah.
And I'm proud. Like, I'm happy we're here. It took many times, but yet we're here.
Oh, yeah.
So that's something that I wanted to point out because I don't want people to get bored about us talking about movies,
I mean,
But this is, something we love doing. And we like talking about that. Because sometimes, ever since I've been having my mind about this, I've been saving every thought I have about movies with you. Because, like, whenever we watch a movie, right away we have our, oh, what'd you think about it? What'd you think about it?
yeah.
And then right away, just
Like, it was I. It was
It
I.
was I.
It was like, or like that.
I remember
like,
growing up.
Like, what did we? What was the last movie? I can't remember what it was. When you told me you wanted to watch it, and then like I was like, I didn't want to watch it.
Godzilla -1.
No, yeah, obviously that was a fucking peak movie.
Yeah, but you're like, let's watch it. You're like, no, I want to watch it. Yeah. And then we went, and you're like, dude, the movie's badass.
The movie was badass. No, yeah, okay. No, I was talking about like, what was it? I think we went to a movie, and then I was like, dude, what a fucking waste of money. Like,
Fast X.
oh my God. That's true. I said it like 3 times, dude. Wow.
But it was funny though.
Oh my God, we were high as shit. and then who gives a fuck? And then we went into that movie knowing it was gonna be the worst fucking movie. Like, it was just like, wow, they're gonna se la van a rifar, like how like ridiculous the shit's gonna be.
Mm-hmm. But the movie was funny though.
It was. They wanted action, right? They wanted to like just be serious, but action, like, oh shit, yeah, you know. But nah, like those actions were just really funny because of how stupid it was. Like, wow, the big wrecking ball. Oh my God, dude. Like, oh my God.
When he drifted and he hit it with the side of the car.
Yeah. No shot, dude. Like,
Antonio, have you seen that movie? No.
No.
Are you a fan of Fast and Furious?
Yeah. Well, don't. So it's like, it's just.
Hey, well, the last one's coming out next year. So that's the last one.
Like, yeah, like Jason Momoa was probably the best part for me because
he was the best part.
He was the best part because like I liked his acting in that and his character. That was the only.
The way he
thing.
was a villain and the way his personality was, how his jokes were.
It was just
that one scene he was all pampered in a robe. Remember
oh my God,
that part was funny.
It's just, but no, that was a movie that I just wow, what a fucking waste of money. Like, wow. But no, it's fun. But it wasn't though, because like we laughed hard. Everyone laughed in the theater.
Everyone laughed in the theater.
We laughed, and then other people fucking started laughing too. It was fucking funny, dude. And
there was one more that we just talked about that we saw before, and I clapped, and everybody clapped.
It was Bad Boys and Reggie.
Oh, Bad Boys. Oh,
Reggie
that
scene.
Reggie scene, that was amazing.
Yeah, you clapped, and everyone started clapping. That was nice.
That was sick. That was a cool scene.
Yeah, and I was waiting for the scene. I was waiting for it. I didn't know what they were gonna do. And dude, that scene, I had goosebumps, Alex. I had goosebumps, and I was like, nah. And then what's his name? Marcus. And the cams. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, they're watching it through the camera. Because I watched a podcast with the Nug Boys with Will Smith.
Yeah.
And he was explaining, it's like, if you love Reggie now, just wait till this scene comes up. And that scene was like, I didn't even expect that. I thought it was gonna be something else, something funny.
I thought it would be funny. I thought they were gonna redo that same scene. Like, we'll fuck with them and shit. And I thought,
or you know what I thought was like, he's gonna fuck with his daughter or something like that.
Like his daughter's his daughter, or no, like they were just gonna fuck back with Marcus, like, or something, right? Something along those lines. But a whole ass action scene killing 16 or 15 people.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
That scene was just.
What got me happy to watch that movie was like when I saw an Instagram reel of Will Smith with the camera in that scene, the first person scene.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that shit was sick, man.
Yeah, that was
like,
something new.
Yeah, it was something new, and they executed it right. Like that scene was a good pace throughout the entire movie. It was funny, action, serious, action again, like sick, like just wow. What a badass movie. Like that was probably my favorite. It was and then I watched all of them. So yeah, that was like my favorite. That was like I think my favorite.
Yeah, number 2 has always been my favorite. Number 2 has been the best one.
Number 2 had nothing but action. Was sick. Yeah, I saw it.
Number 2 is always gonna be number 1. Yeah. And if I put them in order, Bad Boys 2 is number 1. Bad Boys Ride or Die is number 2. Bad Boys 1 should be like the last one, but number 3 is 3, and number 1 is 4. So that's my rating. Like I like them like that. Pretty good movies though. I like them all. What else we want to talk about? How much time we have? 20 minutes. 20. Nice.
But I'll give it like a 9.6. Yeah, out of 10.
But
yeah, look, this scene.
Yeah, that scene that was badass.
That shit got me hyped because I knew exactly what they're doing. I was like, yeah, no, I can't wait to see how they're gonna do this scene in the movie. And look, they show the shot. I was like, dude, fuck. That pistol.
Will Smith, that their friendship in the whole movie of how they are was like
spot on. Spot on. It's fucking funny. It's hella.
I like how
Oh, nice.
they didn't break that connection like through every single movie. Like,
Yeah.
they always talk shit to each other. They're always funny. Martin Lawrence killed it this time, man.
Yeah.
He got me. He got me when he got that heart attack.
Yeah, I was like,
When he fell down, I was like, no
nah.
way. I was like, they
Yeah.
had to kill this. They had to kill like this,
Yeah.
but nah. The whole movie, he was just perfect.
Yeah, and then I saw Bad Boys for what was it, Ride or Die? How like they did the same thing to Mike, well, Will Smith. How they shot his son shot him 3 times, and I thought he was gonna die. I'm like,
yeah.
shit! So they're gonna do the same thing.
The son would threw me off in the last movie.
Dude, the son was sick.
Yeah.
That guy was sick in the jail.
Oh
Remember?
yeah.
Fucked him. Like I knew he was gonna get jumped, and I wasn't worried. He was gonna fuck them all up.
Yeah, that was good to have him in the
He
movie
redeemed
too.
himself, too.
He redeemed himself.
Yeah.
Because the first one, he was like the villain.
Yeah,
The second one, he became the hero, and he saved the daughter too.
yeah. The fucking
Captain.
the captain's granddaughter.
He saved her. That right there was like, oh, he has to live for sure.
Yeah.
There's no way that he's gonna die right there. So I like that one. I feel like that movie.
If they make another one, he better come out again. Yeah.
They should do one with him, just by
Just by
himself.
himself?
Yeah,
I mean-
like a spin-off one. I mean, just to keep the Bad Boys,
They
know,
could, but just
keep it
like,
going. But they should just stop right there. I think those 4 movies is good.
it's
If
good.
they keep going,
if they stop right there, it's good. If they keep going, it's a risk.
kind of like John Wick. Like John Wick 1, 2, and 3, 4, all top tier movies. They couldn't.
Goated.
They have to be something like that.
Yeah.
Because there's no way a 4th movie can be the best or make it to the top 10. I mean, the top best. You know what I mean? Because the 3rd one's always the one that kills it. The 4th one, or we don't like it. Like the Matrix Resurrection or something like that. Number 4.
I think it was Resurrections. I think.
I didn't.
Yeah, that
I didn't
one
like it.
Sucked.
I didn't even finish it.
That
it
sucked.
sucked.
Me and Dad, even Dad was like, "Pinche muy chafa, no mames." I'm like, nah, that movie sucked, dude. And I was all hyped for it, but I was like, oh my god.
What other movie are you hyped for that's coming up? Besides Deadpool and Wolverine, you can't say that. You got to say something else.
I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. Like, obviously, I'm seeing trailers and shit, but I'm just excited for, the movies that are coming out like in a couple of years. Like, what's it called? The new Spider-Man. Like, it's already in development. The new, they already confirmed Godzilla and Kong 3.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And then on top of my head, I don't remember.
Ooh, there are Shrek. The new Shrek's coming
Shrek
out.
and Donkey.
And Donkey.
The Shrek, what was it? 6 or 5?
5?
It was 5. The new one. They're making a
Shrek.
new one. They're making a new one. And then on top of that, Eddie Murphy already confirmed that they're making a Donkey spinoff. I was like, dude, that's
Honestly,
that's
the only
sick.
thing I am afraid of is, back then, those 3 movies, the first 2 movies
No, they're
had those corny jokes.
No, they're not gonna change it. They're not gonna change it at all.
I hope they don't change it. They keep it like that, because
Yeah,
us, like, growing up for it, like these us fans, we're gonna understand
They
those
can't.
jokes now.
They
Now
can't.
that we rewatched the first, second, and third one, and it's like, oh, okay, I caught that joke. Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
caught that joke.
Yeah.
So now you understand what they're saying.
Dude, it's funny.
But I just
bro.
hope they don't ruin it. Like
when you
that.
watch a lot of stuff from your childhood and they have adult jokes and you don't even understand them back when you're a kid, and you watch them now, it's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Because David, we're watching Family Guy, and I never understood it when I was a kid. That's when I started watching it when I was like a teenager, and I was like barely in high school, and I didn't like it because I didn't really get it. I was like, oh, whatever. But he just put one on, and we started laughing, dude. We're just laughing, and I didn't know how funny Family Guy was. And Rick and Morty was
Rick and
funny,
Morty was
fucking
top.
funny. And then when I watched SpongeBob, dude, SpongeBob has adult jokes.
Yeah, the
Here
older
and there,
ones.
not a lot, but here and there, the old episodes, oh my god, are so fucking funny.
Yeah, I remember those episodes too. And then the one that you put me on, I can't remember. It had some adult jokes too.
Which one? The show?
Yeah, you put. I can't remember what it was called. I'll remember
Everybody Hates
right now.
Chris?
Yeah, that one. Everybody Hates Chris. That one. I was just thinking about that one. Everybody Hates Chris.
Oh my god, dude. Everybody Hates Chris is so
That
funny.
from the beginning of the season to like
Yeah.
when we watched it, it was just funny. Like all the dope jokes, I got it. Okay, now I understand it.
dude.
Because I remember seeing them, but I didn't understand it, and I wouldn't even pay attention to it. But now that I pay attention to it, it's like, okay, that's funny.
Because it's Chris Rock narrating
Rock,
the entire
yeah.
time. It's a comedian narrating this shit the entire time. It's like really funny. It's Chris Rock, and supposedly that was like a show about his life, obviously, and he did a comedic spin on it. But yeah, like those shows are funny. You watch them back then, like, you're not gonna understand it, but now you just obviously know a lot more. It's just 10 times more funny.
So we kind of covered everything that I wanted to talk about in this episode.
Yeah.
We all introduce ourselves, you know, Alex and Ram, the Camp Bros podcast. And as time goes by, I feel like every episode is going to get better and better and better. And we're going to have more, you know, stuff to talk about. So before we close it, I want to say thank you for doing this with me, man, because
Thank you.
I wouldn't do this without you, Ram. And I remember I called you one day and I told you I want to go home. I felt like I was broken. Like that day I called you. Remember that day I called you?
I sensed it.
I was broken and I didn't want to be there no more. I want to be home. And when I called you, you kind of like gave me like, nah, fuck that, stay there. Like I'm coming there. Just give me a month. And I went there the whole month. And ever since you came in, like I know we have our fights. I know sometimes we argue and shit like that, but we're brothers. And I'm always gonna have your back, and I'm always gonna love you and be there for you. And doing this with you is, I wouldn't do this with no one else but with you. So I want to thank you for doing this with me, and this is the start, you know. And every time we do an episode, we get better and better.
Yeah.
And I want to prove it to myself and to God that I can do it. No matter what challenges you give me, like I'm gonna face them and I'm gonna win them.
Trials and tribulation, man.
And I want to do this for us and do it for our brothers and sisters, Max, Santi, Sebas, Abby, and Oscar, and for us, you know. And I'm thankful to have you here.
I'm thankful for you too.
I love you.
Love you too.
So our next episode, we're gonna
hold on, but what I'm excited for, I just saw right here.
All right then.
Sonic, dude. So I didn't know Sonic was coming out this year.
Oh wow, you didn't know?
I thought it was coming out like next year. But Sonic, no, okay. That's
Have you seen the Knuckles? The Knuckles?
No, we gotta watch it.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah, we'll watch that. But that's just to answer that question, clip it in, whatever. But that's the one I'm really excited for. That's the only one other than Twisters with Glenn Powell.
So as we get down, because like I said, behind cameras, we're gonna do like this whole thing that I want to have a whiteboard, and this is what we're gonna be talking about. What we're gonna be working on, and after this first video drops, you know, I want people to tell us like what should we be working on, what can we do to make it, you know, better for other people, and as we go by too, there's segments that we want to talk about, because you know how we always say, where's he from? Where's he from?
Oh yeah.
We always tell each other, like, where's this guy
questions.
from? Yeah, trivia questions. You know, what is this quote from?
Yeah,
this quote from.
I tried getting Hector with the with the thing he didn't pass the test.
He needs a.
I told him, he got it real quick. Like, oh, I'm like, you see?
Yeah. What was the recent movie we watched? The funny one, The Cat in the Hat. Oh my God. Like, I'm so excited. That mind just of Cat in the Hat. You know, Mike Myers just like, I'm so excited. That's what we always say to each other.
That when we watched it with Anna, like that movie was like all the adult jokes. Remember
the adult jokes? Yeah.
Oh my God! Like it was just so fucking.
That movie is just top tier.
Every time I see him, I just think
Mike
of
Myers.
I just think of Austin Powers. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like I said. Behind cameras, we're gonna be working on a plan, and you know, like I keep saying this again and again. I'm just excited for it.
Of course.
But I think it was a good.
It's a good icebreaker. I like this.
So I am going to be working on a website for the shirts. I do some little changes to it, but I am going to be ordering more. People want to buy them. The ones I got right now, I'm going to give them out because I want people to I want to
rep them,
you know. Yeah. But I want to create a website where people can just order them.
We'll get more, yeah.
We'll get more colors, more designs, and something successful.
Yeah.
So I know I love this art thing. So I want to put my art in shirts, you know.
Yeah.
And the back, the one we had, the Loteria one. And the front one, I like it. It's a good start. More stickers, you know, more stuff like that. And you know, Dad motivated me a lot to do that. And I know I always get shit on this, but Rudy Lebas also helped me he inspired me to keep doing more shirts. Because he started from one. He started from scratch. And look where he's at right now.
Yeah, his shirts, you know, give me one. But anyways,
okay, I'll get you one.
But his shirts are sick.
His shirts are sick, and I always I want the new one because I like his.
Does he do the design
merch
himself?
I think so. I'm not sure. I think so, but he kind of motivated me. He's okay, keep doing it.
He has 100 designs, dude. And I've seen them all.
His stickers all over my stuff, but that's what kind of made me do it. You know, I want my stickers to be out there too. And now that I have some stickers from before, you know, people still wear them, people still have them, people still have them on their phone. Like I like that. That's our art that we're gonna be, you know, showing out. But a good episode, good first one.
Of course.
I hope it goes well, and we go from there.
Well, plenty more. You know, I like
plenty more. Yeah. And I'm gonna try to have people that want to come in here. That way we can use that other room.
Oh yeah.
I want to.
The other room's like I'll be there for that one.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And again, shout out to Extreme Media Group.
Chris Estrada, Antonio, thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here and
For sure.
start something. For everybody, go ahead and like and subscribe. Comment down below with something we can be working on. Anything you guys want us to talk about in the future, in the next episode. But all our links will be there on our TikTok, Instagrams, and our YouTube, everything. So make sure you guys like and subscribe and stay updated for the next one.